Alright, what's happening? Instagram, back for another video. Right, so in this video I'm going to talk about, well, I'm going to give you 3 main tips or points, key points to think about or apply if you're struggling to gain muscle. So let's say, for example, you're going to a lot of classes or you're going to the gym a lot, training well, you feel motivated to train, but whatever you're doing, you just can't make the muscle mass grow. So I'm going to give you 3 tips and points to focus on to make that happen. Obviously I'm going to try and cover this in an umbrella fashion and focus on the 3 points that from my experience relate to most people and from what I see people do or what I've experienced in my coaching career. Obviously we need to look at this a lot more in detail, personalized, because obviously factors like genetics, stress, sleep, what exactly you're doing in the gym, how much you're training, what your nutrition's like, any supplementation, how long you've been training for as well. All of those factors can affect whether you grow muscle or not, or how quickly you can grow it. Okay, point 1, which a lot of people might not like, but it has to be said. So the first key point, the first thing that you need to do if you're doing this to allow you to grow more muscle is stop doing HIIT. HIIT workouts, I mean, they're so fucking popular, man. Everybody's doing a HIIT workout. There's so many boot camps, there's so many like classes and boutique gyms. It's a crazy fad at the moment. I kind of get it. It feels good, group environment. You feel like you're doing something productive. It's kind of a hard workout. You're sweaty, which is, sweating is not a sign that you had a good workout or productive workout. It's just that you sweat. You get like all the endorphins and good feelings after a HIIT workout. Like, it feels good, but it is not the most effective way at growing muscle. I mean, if your goal is to have good endurance and be able to withstand lactic acid, and your number 1 goal is just to sweat and feel like you had a good workout, then great, do some HIIT. But it's the worst form of training you can do to your body. It's the least effective at burning fat, it's the least effective at growing muscle, and it's the least effective at boosting anabolic hormones like testosterone, growth hormone in the human body. That being said, when you do a HIIT workout, your cortisol spikes so high. Cortisol, if you don't know, is a stress hormone. It's a very powerful stress hormone. I mean, cortisol spiking is not necessarily a bad thing, because it needs to happen for certain things to happen in the body, but the effects from HIIT workouts, it spikes substantially, too much. And what happens is this elevated cortisol level stays like this for about 24 hours. So let's imagine you're doing 4 Barry's workouts per week or 4 HIIT workouts per week, and you're accumulating all of this stress hormone. It's too much. Your body's not going to be able to keep itself in a homeostasis. So what happens is the body just gets stressed out and it turns into a catabolic state. So a catabolic state is one where the body is just looking for anything to fuel itself, to find energy. So that can be any weight at all, that be muscle, fat, tissue from organs. So if we look at this in an extreme scenario where someone might be limiting food because they want to get slimmy or look lean and doing HIIT workouts all the time, and what happens is eventually the body starts to just eat away at everything. So even organs, the body will just eat at it. So you end up being very, very weak and slim. So cortisol being very high as well can also suppress appetite and affect sleep. So you'll have poor quality sleep if you do too much HIIT as well. I mean, none of this is my opinion, guys. This is scientific fact. HIIT training is the worst and least effective type of training you can do. It just feels good, and it's kind of like it's built up this momentum, and it's very popular and it sells. But just because everyone's doing something doesn't mean that it's right. Okay, point 2. Moving on to next thing you can do is train your whole body all the time. So what I mean by that is train your whole body all the time within hypertrophy or strength training. So what we want to try to do is stimulate as much of your body in one session as possible. So for most people, going to the gym and training chest on Monday, shoulders Tuesday, hamstring Wednesday is not really effective, especially if you're waiting a whole week to hit those muscles again, when you could actually just train everything one day, Monday, train everything again Wednesday, train everything again on Friday. So you're getting more stimulus. You're stimulating more growth hormones to spike. There's more energy expenditure. You're creating more muscular damage. So the stimulus is high. So what happens is the body is required to recover more and adapt more. This is the most efficient way for most people to train because it creates more stimulus. It creates this larger energy expenditure. And if you're doing this training in hypertrophy or strength training, you're going to get the best benefits from it. Also, training this way, if you're using weight training to train your whole body, you're going to boost your hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, but it's also going to improve your sleep. If you train in a way where you're lifting heavy compared to HIIT, the hormones that are spike are more anabolic. So in males, we'll get testosterone and growth hormone, which spike a lot, and they send signals to the body to repair, sleep, grow muscle, and recover from what you've done before. The same process happens in females. The main difference is with females, you don't have as much testosterone. You do have a little bit, not as much as guys. The one you want to focus on is growth hormone for girls. So with girls, you're only going to get this big spike of growth hormone through weight training, heavy weight training, so resistance, hypertrophy stuff, and strength. You don't really get it in HIIT, you just get cortisol. So point 3 is train heavy, yeah? So if we're training our whole body, point 2, and we're doing this heavy more often, we're going to stimulate a lot more muscular growth. Lifting heavy is a skill, yeah? So if you're trying to do something more skillfully with a lot of weight, which is relative to the person, you're going to recruit much more musculature. You're going to develop the strength in your tendons, ligaments, and joints, which you don't get any of that with HIIT. Also with heavy weight training, I mean, like if you think about it logically, if you look at powerlifters and weightlifters and anyone who trains heavy weightlifting, there's none of them that struggle to grow muscle at all. They're all strong. If you look at someone who only does HIIT all the time, find me someone who does HIIT as their main workout all the time and can squat 100 kg. It's very rare that you'll find that. They would have done some sort of heavy weight training to be able to be strong. And what you have with heavy weight training is you'll primarily train your CNS system and your fast twitch muscle fibers. So your CNS system runs your whole body, it runs your musculature system. Yeah, the muscles don't run the CNS runs the muscles. So if your CNS gets strong, it sends signals to your muscles to grow bigger and grow stronger. You'll also primarily be targeting fast twitch muscle fibers, that they have the most potential for growth, power, and speed. If you're trying to grow muscle, get faster, or be more powerful, even be lean and burn fat, you should be prioritizing fast twitch muscle fiber training, which you only do with heavy weightlifting. So it's like the old comparison between a sprinter and a marathon runner. If you want to look lean and grow muscle, train like a sprinter who does everything targeted at fast twitch muscle fibers, short range work, very explosive, and obviously they'll do heavy weightlifting as well. Marathons is endurance. They just run until everything's burnt off. Also, when you train heavy or lift heavy weights, which again is relative, your sleep is vastly improved. So again, the hormonal response from the body is that it sends out signals that want you to go to sleep, have deep sleep, so you can repair and recover. If you train your CNS well, your body goes into a deep sleep to recover, because it's your main energy system that runs your whole body. So the body has to sleep deeply to recover from it. Compared to HIIT, which is, it just spikes cortisol, and this is something that limits the amount of sleep you can get. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video. There's 3 key points that most people can apply to their training that will allow your body to grow more muscle. If you have any more questions, just drop me a DM or even a comment below and I'll try and answer it.